Social Science, Social and Political Life 1, Standard 6, Chapter 4, Key Elements of a Democratic Government. In this chapter, you will read about some of the key elements that influence the working of a democratic government. These include people's participation, the resolution of conflict, and equality and justice. South Africa is a country that has people of several races. There are black people who belong to South Africa, whites who came there to settle, and Indians who came as laborers and traders. Maya Naidu, an 11-year-old South African girl living in the town of Johannesburg, was helping her mother clean up her old boxes. Johannesburg is also called Joburg. She found a scrapbook full of pictures and newspaper articles. There were many pictures of a young schoolboy of around 15 years of age. When she asked her mother who the boy was, she was told that he was called Hector Pieterson. He had been shot by the police. Maya was shocked. Why? She asked. Her mother explained that South Africa was earlier governed by Apartheid laws, Apartheid, Apar the ID, Apartheid, the ID, Apartheid. Apartheid means separation on the basis of race. South African people were divided into white, black, Indian, and colored races. According to the law, these races were not allowed to mingle with each other, to live near each other, or even to use common facilities. Maya could not believe her ears. Can you? Maya's mother sounded angry when she spoke about life under apartheid. She told Maya that in those days, hospitals were separate and so were ambulances. An ambulance meant for white people would always be well equipped, while one meant for black people was not. There were separate trains and buses. Even the bus stops were different for black and white people. Non-whites were not allowed to vote. The best land in the country was reserved for the white people, and non-whites had to live on the worst available land. Thus, blacks and colored people were not considered to be equal to whites. One black township was the Southwestern Township, Soweto, Soweto. Hector Pieterson lived here, and he and his classmates joined the protest against learning the Afrikaans language in school. Afrikaans, Afrikaans language. This was the language that the whites spoke. Hector and other school students were being forced to learn this language, but they wanted to learn their own language, Zulu, Zulu. The South African police beat up the protesters mercilessly and shot at the crowd. One of their bullets killed Hector. This was on the 16th of June, 1976. 16.6.1976. 16th of June, 1976. The African National Congress, ANC, a group of people who led the struggle against apartheid, and their most well-known leader, Nelson Mandela, fought the apartheid system for several years. Finally, they succeeded, and in 1994, South Africa became a democratic country in which people of all races were considered equal. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful year, 1994. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful year, 1994. So sang the African people. Did you know that Nelson Mandela was born on the 18th of July. Do you celebrate your birthday on the 18th of July? If yes, you share your birthday with Nelson Mandela. Think, what were Hector and his classmates protesting about? Inequality, discrimination on the basis of race, color. List 5 ways in which the non-whites were discriminated against. They had to use separate facilities, separate bus stops. The facilities that were provided for them were ill-equipped, but those that were provided for the whites were well-equipped. They were not allowed to vote. The best land in the country was given to the whites and not to the blacks. The non-whites were forced to learn the language of the whites, that is, Afrikaans, instead of their own language, Zulu. Do you think it is important for all people to be treated equally? Why? How would you feel if you were discriminated against? Thank you, Lord.